But anyway, I think my BlackBerry's beeping at me, so we'll let the Lieutenant Governor speak. So thank you all so much.
All right.
Copiers are harder and harder. It's more than just changing things. Continue to be not only a military superpower, but an economic superpower. Because it's through our exploration in space that we really do lead in the innovation economy. You know, there are 3,000 products we use every day that were initially developed as part of the space program. So when you take a lead in space, you take a lead in innovation. You take a lead in creating new products, creating high-tech, high-wage jobs. So it's, I think, a monumental mistake by the White House to say, well, we're going to pause and consider. We're going to step back. We're going to let China and Russia take the lead in space exploration. It's a huge mistake and one that we cannot afford to do if we're going to continue to be an economic superpower. Focused on this amazing, what seemed to be at the time, hard to believe we could even do it, but we did it because that's what America is all about. When you put the energy of America behind a goal like that, and we proved that we could do it. And I was just on the phone with somebody about an hour ago, and he said, you know, there's something about it whenever you see a shuttle launch or a rocket, there's something about that launch that says, you know, if we can do that, we can do anything. And it just wells you up with pride. Right now, it gives you a sense of what can happen when we think like that. Students at the University of Florida, they have a small satellite program. And they have developed a satellite that's about this big. It's about the size of a Rubik's Cube. And they figured out using gyroscopes how to manipulate and maneuver this satellite. They put a camera on it so they could get its bearings from the planet. And it's remarkable. What does that tell us? Tells us this too shall pass. We got through that. We ended up having some of the biggest boom years in history, and we're going to again, because we're on the cutting edge of so many changes in technology that bring to the state these high-tech, high-wage jobs for our children and grandchildren we could have never imagined 10 years ago. And when that happens, and when you improve the standard of living, then you also bring in more revenue for roads and schools and all the infrastructure needs that we have. So I think that our best days are still ahead of us. And hang in there. God bless each and every one of you. God bless us to the Lord.
All right.
I wanted to check on his time schedule because traditionally what we do at this forum, this is a regular monthly luncheon that we do here, and it's a networking event, and so they usually get a chance to stand up and tell who their company is and that kind of stuff. And so I'd like, if we could, to maybe shorten your time frame a little bit. Typically we give you guys about 60 seconds. If we could shorten that down a little bit, because I'd really like for him to know he's here today, and if there's any particular message, that you have about space or about business, or I think one of the things that we're very interested in from this organization, in addition to space, is the renewable energy, and looking at creating a market in the state of Florida, and specifically Central Florida, where we're leaders in renewable energy. And so I hope that's something that we'll be seeing as a very aggressive renewable energy policy in the state of Florida. So, so I will start. I'm actually going to start right over